I'm going to show you how I draw Marnie Midnight right here. So Marnie Midnight, she's a very happy, enthusiastic moth, so I think it would be lovely to have her kind of looking up in surprise at the moon, of course. She's always glancing at the moon. So I usually start off with Marnie's round head, like so. And you can be quite messy when you start out. If you use a pencil and a light line, and then you can go over the top and tidy the lines up with a heavier pencil line. And to get the facial features in the right place, I often do a very light cross in the middle of the face. And then her eyes are either side of the cross. And then you can rub out any pencil lines in the middle, like so. Okay. And I'm going to have Marnie looking upwards, so I draw her big pupils. And I don't have any colour on here, but you can add her orange irises in her eyes. So we've got Marnie's eyes looking upwards, and then we're going to have the eyebrows raised like so. And she will be smiling. And again, designing Marnie was quite a challenge because she's a moth, but I needed to give her kind of almost human features as well. And so I played around with the shape of a moth's face, and we have this kind of little almost snout area. And of course, all of my characters often have freckles on their face. And we have her smiling like so. So what you can do is now add the hair. So she has a big messy fringe, like myself. And her hair is short and spiky. And you don't have to worry, again, don't worry if your lines get wobbly. Again, you can go back over them at the end and tidy them up. So the hair is a dark colour. And not forgetting the fluffy antennae on her head. So one has a little curly bit at the end, and the other one kind of curves upwards, and a bit like feathers or fern leaves. We have these little lines going all the way up. And you can show the emotion with the antennae. She's feeling sad, maybe they'll droop downwards, and when she's surprised, they'll shoot upwards, bolt upright. There's a lot you can do. And now for the exciting part where we get to the wings. We'll get there in a minute. So she's got a little fluffy collar. There's kind of 4 bumps there and 4 smaller ones at the back. And she's kind of got a raindrop shaped body, so it's quite a little torso, and this is where her jumper will be, and on her jumper is a little moon, and then the bottom of her torso is fluffy. You may have seen lots of fluffy moths in your time. Some of them are super fluffy, making them look really cute. And then Marnie has 6 limbs, so I chose to have 4 acting as arms and 2 as legs. So I will draw her arms kind of held outwards as she looks up at the sky in wonder. So 1. Again, you can spend lots of time on your drawings. And we have the other ones here. Just exactly the same again, really. But you can have all 4 arms doing something completely different. So it might be that the 2 arms below are on her hips, whilst one's drinking from a cup of hot nectar. And then her big long legs, because she's a bug after all. So long spindly legs like so. But Marnie's always wearing a pair of spotty socks, so we can add a thicker bit at the bottom. She's wearing her socks. And then add lots of spots to the pattern. Because of course a moth wears socks. Why wouldn't they? Once we've added the socks, we're going to give her a little pair. I always imagine her wearing a little pair of red trainers or red Converse. So add those. Again, you can get out your best colouring pencils and colour her in. And just fill in the tops of the legs like so. And now for the wings. So the wings can be quite tricky sometimes, but just have fun with them. That's the main thing. So I like to describe them as they're almost like big mittens on either side. So we've got the first set of wings, kind of curve round, and we've got a bit of a curve like that. Okay, and we're going to do the same again on this side. Like so. And then we have the secondary wings, which are kind of like the same again, but a lot narrower. And again, you can do it over and over again until you're happy. There's another one, like so. And then the really fun part is decorating the wings. Now, you can do whatever you want with the wings if you design a moth character. For Marnie in particular, I wanted to make them have something to do with the moon. So we have 3 curved patterns up the top here. So everything's kind of sitting behind her arms. And then we've got a few more patterns down here. And these are all different colours. Imagine it like a lovely piece of fabric. And then we have what looks like the phases of the moon lining the bottom of her wings. We've got the full, the half, and the crescent. Full, the half, and the crescent. And then I just create a little border, almost framing the moons, like so. And we have a few little sparkly spots around. And the secondary wings, they're much easier. They're just stripy. And you can get rid of the line underneath. Just have those showing on top, like so. And the other side of her wing is obviously the same. So when she turns round, it will look like that as well. And you just do the same again on the other wing. So it's almost like a mirror image of the other. So a few swirly patterns like so. The main thing is just to enjoy yourself, really. Moon phases, curved round. And the more you draw them, the more you'll get used to them. I found it really, really tricky to draw moths' wings at the beginning. And it's still tricky now, I won't lie, but it is still tricky now. But keep going, you'll get there in the end. And we just go about that bit here. Yeah, mine's a bit messy, but you can keep yours much tidier than mine. There's her stripes, like so. And then you could just add a little bit of shadow just to ground her. She walks around a lot because she hasn't quite practiced her flying yet. And there you have your very own Marnie Midnight.